What up, y'all? It's Michael Shawn, and I know you want to be a podcaster. You want a successful podcast. You want to give your views and opinions, but you just don't know how to do it correctly. That's why you got to hit up ShawnnyScott.com. You want to be on radio, and you want to know how to build your radio career. ShawnnyScott.com. She's done all of this. I've worked alongside her for years, and I will tell you the information that she can give you is on a value level that I can't even put a price on it. All you have to do is go to ShawnnyScott.com. Your future, right now. That's it. Michael Shawn. Yeah.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in. Tap in.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Low waist, fat, baby, tap in.
Oh, I'm going to tap in for sure.
Tap in.
All right, let's go, y'all. Happy Thursday. We made it to a Thursday. Happy Friday Eve and all that good stuff. So we're waiting on Mo. I lost my glasses. I don't know where I put my glasses at, Jay.
Yeah, that's common. People, we put them down sometimes and we forget. Unless you're super blind, like Lady Q, you can't afford to lose them because you can't see.
No, I can't afford to lose these glasses. Like, I'm not reading comments. Like, right? Like, honestly, if there's something on the TV that I gotta read, like the scroll or whatever, I can't read any of that stuff. I mean, I can see, but I don't know what I do with them glasses, dog. If you want me to lose something, just put it in my hand. If you want it to get, just put it in my hand. If you ever want to lose something, just be like, yo, Mike, go lose this for me. Hold this for me for a few minutes. Yeah, I promise. I promise you. Good morning,
Jeanette Rochelle.
I don't know even how to start. How was your night? What you do? Do you do anything?
Big Brother had a long day at work. But Big Brother was last night. Is going down tonight. Live show on Eviction. Nikki White Chocolate. What up? If you out there. That was the TV. Today we got to meet the teacher. You know, going back to school up this way. So today is teacher parent meeting. You know, introduction day. But yeah, that was about it for last night on a Wednesday night.
Wow. Well, I ain't do nothing. I mean, when I say I ain't do nothing, I really didn't do anything. What was going on in my life? Did I watch anything? Nah, I wasn't really watching. I didn't watch anything.
Fantasy football.
Replays of football. I watched some replays. I watched I'm so sick of ESPN, yeah. Let me tell you who I'm sick of.
Jeanette, chill.
Like, what Jeanette say?
No.
Good morning. Good morning, Afro Queen.
Afro Queen.
I cannot take Stephen A. Smith anymore. Dog, he starts to show off yelling. Like, he literally starts to show off yelling.
He's a debater. He likes to debate.
But when he says hi, he's already yelling.
Hey, everybody, every morning.
Get the show started. And then they got a guy named Chris Russo. Some people know him as the Mad Dog, who is a famous sports announcer in New York City. And then he moved to Sirius Satellite. And he has his own station, Mad Dog Sports. Okay. So all Mad Dog does is yell. And all Stephen A. I've never seen, dog, I feel like it's a spoof. I almost feel like the cat that is a joke. Like, I can't believe y'all just gonna, like, from the door, just start yelling at each other.
Off the rip.
I'm like, yo, y'all are really gonna, like, I had to, yesterday, and I'm not a big Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Well, I like Shannon Sharp, but I'm not a big Skip Bayless fan. But they literally forced me to change the channel. Like I said, I can't do this guy no more. Like, just have a conversation. Just talk. Like,
just because you holler don't make you win the debate.
Like, we get heated on here. So I know some people are gonna be like, y'all got a hell of a nerve to be talking about somebody yelling as much as y'all be yelling at each other. Well, Jay don't. Jay irritates people even more by not yelling. Like he's a calm person. I've never even seen him yell during a sporting event.
I don't need to yell. I can have internal enjoyment or excitement or anger. I don't need to. Yeah, I'm not one of them people.
Relax, you really aren't like that. I had to stop being that person watching sports because I had to detach myself from sports in a certain point because it just ruins your week. Like it's either total happiness or your week is ruined for like 2 days.
Yep.
Until you're over the loss. And I was like, and as much as my Giants have been losing, nah, I was good. I had to detach myself from I'm not doing this with. I mean, chances are I'm only going to be happy this season with the Giants 7 times. They might win. I'm only going to be happy 7 times. So why would I put myself through the misery of being attached to this team? But yeah, I'm done with Stephen A. Smith. God bless all his success. He's done a lot. He makes a lot of money. I just can't take I don't know. The older I get, the more I'm like, yeah, that's a lot.
More irritable.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a lot. Like, you can't even. You know how you sleep with the TV on?
Yep.
He makes it impossible to sleep with the TV. Like you literally got to turn the remote and be like, "Yo, I got to."
I like the dude. I think he's entertaining. Like when things happen in sports, a lot of times I wonder what is Stephen A. Thoughts on this. So that's how you know you're good at your job when something crazy happened, and I wonder what is going to be his spin or what is his angle on this. So
I used to tune in to see what he was gonna say, but then he just started saying crazy stuff. Then he just off the rip was just like just destroying Kyrie Irving like for weeks. And I'm like, no, what's the point? Like, what's the point of going at this man's character? Like, if a person has a principle, whether you agree or you don't agree, you can respect a person for standing by their principles.
That's their thoughts.
Even if you don't agree with it. Yep, I got vaccinated.
You don't have to agree.
To go at this guy to really try and make his life miserable in public and going on Instagram live afterwards to just go harder again. And like he was obsessed. But then I realized his ratings had dropped, and his highest ratings of the year came with Kyrie Irving. So that story, him going at Kyrie, kept the momentum going. So I get it. Good morning, Tam.
Tam. Good morning, Jacqueline. I saw she's a new grandmom too, Mike. She just had my son just had a baby. Congrats, Jacqueline. Stacy Mitchell, Desirable Accessories. What up, Stacy?
Stacy, what's good? We have no women on here today. Afro Queen.
Yeah, Mo should be coming. Shiny should be on the way as well. Shiny was at the Dallas Cowboys game yesterday or whatever.
Oh, she was at the Cowboy game?
Man, nobody care about them Cowboys. Yeah, she gonna tag me in the post. I don't need to be on social media, man. I gotta get back into it, but gonna tag me. What's up, Jay?
I didn't even post any pictures from Caroline's. The show at Caroline's. I didn't
the comedy show
from there. So Rodney shout to everybody who came out there. Rodney Perry, Talent,
Fig.
Amir
came out. What up, Amir Roxy?
Yeah, Amir was out there laughing it up.
Amir.
Talent is a funny dude. I got listen, man.
Talent's hilarious.
Don't sit at the bar with Talent because Talent, you got to stay focused with Talent. Talent will be selling T-shirts, ordering drinks, but still have you in the middle of his story that he's telling you. You got to keep up. You got to keep up. Like, okay, so, but he knows exactly where he left off every time. Like he'll be like, "Oh, yo, you got change for a 10. You want to buy the shirt? You need it. What you need?" So
yeah, when I came out of the room,
out the room,
you go right back into it.
Like, oh damn, that's right. You just moved out the room. That's right. So shout out to all them. We had a good time at Caroline's. That was a good look. Once again, if you put something in my hand, I'll lose it.
I kind of want to be a grandfather. Like Jacqueline is she's a new grandmom. I kind of want like a grandkid to spoil. You don't want to but I always represent the grandkids as being I'm old, but I don't feel old. Like but I don't know. It's just something I just had a vibe of thought of. I would like to have a little grandchild. I don't know.
I would probably need to see my kids first before I see the grandchild. It's one step at a time in my life.
Oh God.
I'm not seeing my kids. I don't think I would see a grandkid right now.
I keep forgetting. That's horrible.
Duh, life is a mess, right? Duh, if
Oh,
I can
God.
weather this storm, I just gotta weather this storm. If I can get through this storm,
Oh God.
I promise. I promise. Well, let me not promise. I was gonna say I promise God I behave, but let me not promise God because you can't make a deal with God. You just gotta, lay in that bed you make, man. Jay
It's more of
Black.
a headache. Not as the grandparent. All you get to do is spoil the
It
grandchild.
depends. It depends on the situation. Some grandparents turn out to be parents.
It's more your kid than it is their own goddamn parent.
So you know how that is. Some grandparents, like you, they wind up living with the grandparent. You like, damn, they're going to the teacher parent conference at school.
Like, why they all up in the mix? Yeah, because their mom is running them streets.
Mom's still in them streets. She still want to go to $2 Tuesdays. The hell? Nah, it's tough out here, Jacqueline. It's tough out here. It's tough out here in these streets. Jay was with me at Caroline's, and I don't know what let me tell you something. Sometimes I be thinking to myself, Mike, I almost want to just go like facts, Mike.
This grandma wore out because Tam, she's a grandma. She's a glam mom.
Yeah, because grandmas ain't called grandmas no more. They gotta have names. Nina, Gigi, they got names.
That's funny. That's how Jeanette said. That's how. Yes, it is. Jeanette's grandkids is basically her kids.
Yeah,
but that's a little deep story there. But yeah. Sometimes.
And let me tell you something. Right? I'm not for taking care of going a second round with the grandkids because look, I ain't do a good job the first round. Like I don't think I'm built for this whole parent thing. This thing ain't got a rule book. They ain't got like a thing to go step 1, do this, step 2, do that, step 3, do that. What they need to tell you is whatever therapy you need, get that therapy and counseling before you have a kid if you can. Because sometimes kids just pop up. You know, sometimes we implant it. But in the case of the twins were planned. So I was told, if I'd have known what I knew now, I would have taken care of all the issues I have before. Well, I attempted to, at least been in treatment for it.
Okay.
Because people think when you have a kid, once the kid is there, all your demons are gone. Like you're just
you got a bigger purpose now.
Yeah, there's a bigger purpose.
Everything changes. Yeah,
but everything, all your mental issues affect everything. It affects your parenting. It affects your relationships. And don't do drugs, alcohol. I mean, you might as well just leave that. Like if you got an addict, I'm telling you, if I had to do this all over again, I think I'd have went to rehab while Stacy was pregnant and went to rehab for like 3 months to get ready for what was about to go down. Michael Shawn praying on positive visit to see
you young ladies.
Oh, hey, I take all the prayers. I take every prayer that y'all can give. Everybody needs a prayer, man. I'm tell you right now. Pray for me in Dallas. How about that? We got 2 shows in Dallas.
Lady Q said, "Who's gonna be with Mike out in Dallas?" I said, "He going by himself. He gonna link up with Shiny."
She said she picking me up for the airport. I almost want her to pick up. I just need her around. I almost need because I don't need to be roaming out there.
In them streets all alone.
I don't need to be roaming out there because I got a phone call. I already got a phone call.
You coming out? I hear you booked out here. You gonna be in Texas when?
I'm like, man, listen, leave me alone.
But yeah,
come to find out, y'all see me broadcasting from somewhere in Dallas. Somewhere.
Where is he at now?
Where you at?
Where is he at right there? Why is he on the cell phone?
Why you got a cowboy hat on?
Good morning, Nikki.
The fact that you can admit you have issues means you're winning my. Oh, I appreciate you, dog. Oh yeah, everybody who knows me knows I got issues. But don't we all? Like everybody got everybody got something. So that's
And
why
we all got something. Yeah.
yeah, everybody got something
Yeah.
they're going through. Yes, I am praying on a positive visit here in detail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and ain't nothing better for an alcoholic than to have a little pressure to be like, oh yeah, we added a show.
Oh, that means the first one doing so good that we had to add. Oh
Yeah,
God,
no.
more pressure to do. Oh goodness gracious.
Thank you, Jack.
Let me just get one to knock this. Let me knock this edge off real quick.
Let me knock this edge off.
There's
And then
no such thing as just one knocking the edge off.
none. There's none. No such thing.
Oh God.
It's a vicious cycle, man. It's a
Yeah.
vicious freak. Oh, I wonder if I'm allowed to. Yeah, I guess I can. Because everybody knows about it. So everybody in Dallas, I think
Yes, Tam.
I may have a chance. I gotta ask. So I'm not gonna put it out there. I'm gonna ask her. But Lady Jade, Angela Yee left the Breakfast Club.
Mm-hmm.
And Lady J left Didi in the morning.
Mm-hmm. I
And
saw all that.
And they made the announcement. I had a short conversation with her. Hopefully, I don't know any in-depth on what happened. So I don't know if she's allowed to come on the show and do an interview and speak on it.
What up, Kathy?
But it would be dope to have her. It would be dope to have her on the show if she wants to. But
Yeah, I guess when you were at a station for 20 years, and then all of a sudden you abruptly leave with no. And generally in radio, you don't make an announcement. I thought it was weird that they made an announcement that she was no longer on the show. Usually it's like, all right, you disappear in the night, and people wonder whatever happened to Mike Shawn. It's like, where did Mike go?
Yep.
But yeah.
And let me tell you something. I'm not saying this just because she's a friend, and she is a friend. She was underappreciated. And when you spend that much time at a station and you continually do all the stuff that we didn't want to do, like she was always in the community. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not the community service type of dude. Like that's not what I do. Like my community service is comedy shows. Yeah.
I can serve the community something.
I can serve the community something.
But what she was doing, philanthropy.
Like she's out in the schools on a regular. She's doing scholarships for kids. She's doing mentorship. She had a program that taught kids just how to table manners and how to properly express yourself. She did all the stuff that I'm like, it's just not me. That wasn't like. She had me going to schools and talking to kids. Anybody knows one of the hardest people to talk to are kids. Now you got to really be built to go talk to some 8th graders because they really don't give a damn. Like they truly don't care. They hear you on the radio, they don't care. But she was super unappreciated, and she's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
ultimately, I already know she's a very smart financial person. Like she's one of the people who is always planned for the future. Because I just found you again. What you talking about?
Oh, she said you better not leave us
because I just found you again.
When you left Philly. Yeah, he did dip out on Philly, and then he was in Dallas for 8 years, all them years. Yeah.
Like I never thought I was coming back, honestly. Good morning.
Hey, Ashley.
Look and make sure that. Hey, good morning, Ashley. So congratulations.
You saying congratulations that she's no longer employed at K104?
I actually sent her congratulations because I think there's a time where we get scared to move on from something, and when you dictate it and you move on, like we get like so locked into these jobs, and what's like there's no life outside of this job, and then you realize there's a whole nother world out here for you to do your thing.
Okay, Steve.
Now it's scary. No, for real.
Believe in yourself. Don't be scared. Go ahead.
I mean, there's only so much time. If you feel, I'm not saying this is what happened. This is my point of view, that she wasn't treated correctly there.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't paid adequately what her talent deserved. And when you're on a syndicated morning show, that's in 60 different cities. I know what I was getting, and I was getting robbed. Even though I was living a good life, I was getting robbed.
The salaries is amazing, but yeah, it ain't as amazing as
It's not what you everybody ain't making Breakfast Club money.
Yeah.
I don't. And when I was on the show, we was in like 45 different markets.
Yeah.
So you would think it would at least be $1,000 a market, right? At minimum,
tacked on.
Would be tacked on. I don't even want to tell you, but honestly, I almost did the other markets for free. I was really just doing Dallas. I was only getting paid for Dallas. I wasn't getting paid for nothing else.
Yeah, radio was interesting.
Radio's a weird. It's a weird dynamic. So, good luck. You know, every show goes on. Every show keeps it moving. I mean, it is what it is. But you know.
Yeah, Jada be okay. If she pop up with Envy and Charlamagne, that would be interesting because her energy and chemistry, I could see that.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
I could actually see that.
Oh, what a day that would be.
There's a certain energy that has to mix and vibe and play your part when it comes to radio, and that's interesting. That could be something, but who knows?
And she's a hard worker. That's one thing, you won't outwork her. Me, not so much.
Good morning, Sheree. I see you.
My life is based on my talent.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't working that hard, dog. I'm not doing extra work.
See, here you go, underachiever, doing the bare minimum. Yep. You that coworker.
Yeah. Yeah, I literally no MF camera on their. Oh goodness. Okay. No, I'm that dude who lowers the bar, and then when I jump over it, I'll be like, "Ta-da! Look, you saw that? I ain't raised the bar. I lowered it a tad bit."
Like, would you go back to radio and guarantee money? I just did not myself personally. Nah. It's no guarantee, Tam. It was guaranteed is your contract, and once that contract is up, you get paid out, and then what you got 2 or 3 years to live off of. You get fired after the first 6 months to pay you off for the 3 years, and you still got to find another job. It ain't. I don't know. It's just weird. Radio is fickle. It could be 20 years. It could be 6 months to 1 year.
It could be. And honestly, I got fired because of my mishaps. Like, I still would have had that job. I still would have been out there. But that was
as long as the numbers were there, as long as the numbers are supporting it, you're good. If the ratings and numbers dip and they want to go in a different direction.
But the funny thing is with syndication, you ain't even got to win. That was the weird thing that I found out about syndication. You don't have to win in these markets.
They just want something.
They just want something to run commercials when you're done talking. That's all they want. And now the syndication companies are literally paying radio stations to air your show. So I literally heard somebody say in a meeting, she's a hard worker, comes to the kids' events. Yep, she does. Yep, you're absolutely right. She did everything she did some amazing things. She's doing more amazing things. I actually had one, Jay, and this is gonna throw you off. I had a radio.
Shiny be any second, she said.
A radio boss tell me, we don't care about the ratings. I said, what?
What? You don't care about the ratings?
That was the most stressful thing.
That's how you get the most sponsorship, where the money comes in. The higher the ratings, the more money you get out of these sponsorships.
But they already figured out how to make this money without the ratings. And I think that's crazy. I mean, hey, I wish I was on the radio right now with not worrying about the ratings. Because when I tell you, it's amazing how the stress that you will be under when somebody
and that's why it's tough to go back to radio. I mean, I don't know, you got a guaranteed check and you still can able to do it. It's like, man, did you leave your guaranteed check to go back? It's like, can you do both? You really can't do both. That's a tough call, Tam. Yeah, you got me thinking that, but that's a tough call. Tough call. But yeah, good luck to Lady J. Good luck to Lady J. I'm rooting for her. Yeah, I love her energy. When I reached out to her for your birthday, she was like, "Oh my God, Jay Black, you're a friend in my head. I know we never met, but Mike talked about you. I feel like I know." Like, we had the greatest conversation. Her energy, her spirit is through the roof. Text me, call me anytime, and I'm rooting for her. I'm really rooting for Lady J.
And she looked good as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, just to top it off.
Yes, she's very easy on the eyes. You know, sometimes I say
When I was
ain't
irritated
easy
with
on the
her,
eyes.
it would make me mad because I'd be like, God damn, you pretty as hell.
Visual straight up like,
Okay. I'm like, goodness gracious, girl.
Yeah.
She was so pretty. She intimidated me out of trying to holler at her. I never hollered at Jade ever.
Yeah,
Never
first I
once.
said, I know you try to holler.
Everybody, never. I would talk all this craziness on the radio, flirting on the radio with all the little innuendos and all that other stuff. And once the mics turned off, it would be no smoke. It would be nothing.
It's a show. It's a show. So yeah, you got to keep it pushing. But
I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna let her give her some time and see if she'll come on the show.
now, I'm sure people hitting her up. They want her to, to do an interview, to come on and talk about it. 20 years at a station, and then all of a sudden you abruptly leave. Clearly, there's some problems. Clearly, by her post, it wasn't it wasn't a joint decision. Like it clearly wasn't like, I'm going to do like this, like Angela Lee when she had her goodbye show.
Right.
If you get a goodbye show, that means y'all both are on the same page. This was sorry y'all. I was like, what? Ooh, she is cute and light skinned. J Black, shut up.
I didn't even read her thing.
Easy on the eyes. That's that Leo-ish. Stay flower.
Hold up.
Yeah, easy on the eyes. Yeah, that's
she made a. Oh no. Where's her post? The day
she had made a post saying I asked them to take this down, and they didn't. And I said, "Oh, this is messy. There's something going on." And then they told me we want to wish her well. I said, "Y'all ain't really wishing her well."
I have politely asked for this post to be removed because the narrative that has been translated in this post is false. Woof. My request has unfortunately been ignored. Damn.
Yeah, so something happened. I don't know, contract wise, inappropriate behavior. Who knows? It could be anything. But I know you don't say nothing because I know y'all talk. So I didn't know.
I ain't saying nothing.
No, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure she's gonna get to speak out. And then once that's starts happening, we'll have her come on. That'll be good.
I'm just gonna say this. She's a very smart girl.
Like reading social media like an old papa. Let me see what this say. Let me see what this
posted on his Instagrammy dammy. What's this Instagrammy dammy and the tiki taki? I'm mad. My mom's on TikTok. I can't believe my mom's on TikTok.
Everybody's on TikTok. TikTok can have you literally anytime you keep going and going. It's always something. I saw this funny. It's so many things on TikTok. It's some funny pranks. But I don't know where we're going. We'll get into
what was that story that you had brought up? You didn't bring it up. You sent it to us. FM terrestrial radio has changed so much and not for the better. Unfortunately, I still enjoy it, but FM is still an old way of doing things. Yeah. The podcasting and all this stuff is taking off. No, there was a thing that a dude you sent us where a dude paid for his boy to go on a trip.
Good morning, Diane.
But didn't pay for his wife. Like they sat in first class and the wife sat in coach. Ain't nothing wrong with coach. I'm always in coach, but what was that thing you sent it?
It might have been Shiny that sent that one in the group. Yeah, I don't remember that one.
It was supposed to be a
topic.
topic.
For first class for his homie, but not his wife.
No, first of all, if you do something like that, you almost got to say pause. If you ever did something like, why are you paying for your homie's upgrade and your girl's in the back? That's the mode. Who else did that? What was what movie was that when Jill Scott, her husband, remember they got on the plane?
Oh yeah, the Jill Scott movie, and the dude was cheating. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Why did I get married? I don't remember the name of it. But yes, I remember. It was Tyler Perry. It was Tyler Perry.
It was actually a good movie. Then they had the sequel with Janet Jackson killed. Her husband died and all that. Yeah, that was all right.
So it was Why Did I Get Married? Okay.
Oh, Why Did I Get Married? Yeah, that wasn't bad. We always be clowning Tyler Perry, but then we watch all his movies.
Yeah, we
everybody
want
got
to see the feel good movie. We want to see the struggles and then the triumph. Maybe Tyler Perry could do a movie on Michael Shawn's life. Yeah, like we always want to see the struggle, but we want to see the comeback. We want to see the get right. That's
do
what Tyler
too.
brings.
I do too. I want to see the comeback.
Want to see that get right.
I want to see the get right. I really do.
I saw this news story yesterday, and me and Lady Q got into a debate.
Oh man.
No, it was a Tyler Perry movie, and it was an extra.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, and it was always some tragic stuff. That the characters.
Janet's whole character was all tragedy, yo. It was all tragedy. I forgot that the kid died because she didn't buckle him up properly in the car seat, and then she was the reason why so she killed the family.
It's all her fault. It's all her fault. She should feel horrible.
That is crazy. I forgot. All right, so go ahead. What we are? Because all our content is based on Lady Q and Jay Black's debates in the house.
It was a debate, so it was a story on the news. Matter of fact, I'm just going to play the news story, and then it was a kid. A kid got left behind at daycare while they went on a field trip for 7 hours, and it's a Black-owned business, but the mom want the business shut down. But I'm gonna play the clip, and then I said, why do Black people want to shut other Black people down because of the mistake they made? And then this got real heated. So let's see. I'm gonna play this, and let me see what your thoughts are when you see this story. And would you want this whole company shut down forever?
Sheba, it's still not clear how it happened, but it did. And the daycare center says it is heartsick over it and has apologized. But the mom is furious. She's handing out flyers like this, alerting other parents. She says her daughter is traumatized and now needs counseling.
She want money.
This should have never happened to my child, and I just want to make sure it never happens to any other child. Nobody realized my child was missing.
Dana Jones and her family picketing in front of Creative Kids Daycare Center in East Mount Airy. She wants everyone to know her daughter Jordan was left behind, forgotten when they went on a field trip to the Funplex a little over a week ago.
My child was left alone at 6 years old for 7 hours, and the daycare member did not realize.
Jones says Jordan's dad walked her in a little after 8 o'clock that morning, even had a conversation with the teacher, so they had to know she was there.
My daughter told me that they were told to go to the bathroom. While she was in the bathroom, she heard, "Hurry up." And when she came out of the bathroom, there was nobody to be found.
Daryl Davis is the director of the daycare center on Ogons Avenue and acknowledges the child was somehow left behind. He says they feel awful.
It was one of those mornings where it was just a perfect storm of what happened. We're definitely thankful that nothing happened to the child. She was perfectly safe.
They don't care about my child or anybody's child.
Davis says they've been in the child care business for over 15 years, and nothing like this has ever happened before.
You can't be in this business. You can't deal with children and not care and love and have, feelings for them, especially if they fall and get hurt. It hurts your heart.
Another parent picking up their child discovered.
All right, so we get the gist of this. So overall, she wants them shut down. She wants this whole business shut down and closed down. They had some violations, at the daycare. I looked at the ratings. It's like a 1 star. But I started thinking, let the the kid was okay. That poor Black man, she wanted to shut his whole business down forever. And Lady Q just started cursing up a storm, whatever. That's your kid, you don't do it. And I just didn't know. What are your thoughts? Do you shut another Black man down, or do you try to help educate so they can grow and learn from it?
Dog, you listen, man. I'd be furious. I don't. There's no way I can. I'd be lying if I told you I wouldn't try and probably sue them and get them shut down.
So you would try to get them shut down too?
Yeah, because I wouldn't be rational. Like you lose all rational thought process at that point. Like your kid, all you keep thinking is what could have happened. Like kids are snatched up every day and never seen again. And there was a 7-hour window that your kid, and all you're thinking is what could have happened. Like I may not have seen my kid again. And I can't, like this whole, this happened at a place. I'm not gonna name the daycare. They gave the kid to the wrong person.
Shit.
Somebody came to pick up the kid, and it was the wrong person.
How do you go? How did the kid go? It must have been a baby. Like how did you go?
And they had to call They had to track this person down. Thank God the kid was fine. But you're like, if you're gonna be a daycare, you're taking people's ultimate loved ones,
pride and joy.
And listen, it's crushed me not to talk to my kids for as long as I haven't talked to them right now. I can't even imagine what parents who have lost kids, how they keep going. And I don't even know how you keep going, because if something like that would have happened, you don't see your kid again. I don't know.
But the kid was fine, and then I just started thinking, as a black man trying to run a business, and I looked at his black owned, and there's another him and this black lady owned it, and I'm like, man,
but they got other violations too. So should they really be running this place?
Well, she said on the other thing, lady said her paperwork is. I mean, they let I guess they let workers in that didn't have the FBI clearance. They had a couple other violations.
Yeah, they gotta catch it.
But Edgic, to shut them down, so you want them not in business at all. And then I start looking at, is it I don't know. And
are they really qualified to run the place? That's what you got to ask yourself. Are they really qualified? Play with somebody else. No passes because you black owned when it comes to mine. Yeah, I can't. That's a cute comment brought to you by WokeUpInspired.com. Left behind for 7 hours. Thankful the child didn't walk out the door. I would raise hell. Yeah, you like, ain't nobody gonna be rational with it. First of all, you should know with the responsibility that you have. I guess when you start doing it every day, you start taking things for granted. But it's never, you can't never. That's one of them jobs you can't ever take for granted. Like you gotta. Like, you got to make sure these kids are accounted for every minute. And man, listen, my mom worked at a daycare. Stacy worked at a daycare. I don't know how they do it. I could never watch kids. Monty works at a daycare. I think she still works at a daycare. I couldn't. You got to be a special type of person to be around somebody else's kids.
You're taking care of
somebody for 8 hours. Sometimes 10 hours. Yeah. You got to be a whole special. You got these kids. These kids is bad. Right. Stacey would tell me stories that I was like, yo, thankfully her child was
different way. Yeah, I mean, 7 hours is a long time. When they left, it was in Philly, East Mountain area for those who don't know, Ogonton, went to Funplex, and out basically we're in South Jersey, we're near Mike.
They went to that Funplex?
Yeah. And the kid was 7 hours in the daycare all alone. And
so
they took her lunch. They took her lunch bag, but forgot her. So she didn't even have a little food. So I get the traumatic aspect of being a little 6-year-old left alone, you know what I mean, and this whole building by yourself. The other aspect was it like, but Dad, that's a black-owned business. Don't we educate each other to not shut us down? And he's trying to build his generational wealth. And I don't know. I was just torn between, looking at it from a neutral.
If this was a first violation, I get it. I'd be leaning a little bit to your side. But this ain't the first violation. So y'all been reckless. Like, when y'all got people taking care of kids that didn't finish their background check, now you telling me, I don't know. That's what I keep saying. Are they even qualified to run this place? Who was the teacher and individuals in charge of counting the children for the field trip? I don't know.
Yeah, he said it was a perfect storm. I was like, huh?
Perfect storm.
Perfect storm.
Somebody forgot to count the people.
Yeah, obviously they was trying to rush out the bathroom, so she in the bathroom. They said, "Hurry up."
You don't have good practices when it comes to other people's kids. Yeah, man. Listen, that's the responsibility. When you take that responsibility on, you're gonna be held to a higher standard than other jobs. This ain't missing a file.
Yeah,
this ain't misplacing a file. This is
the working papers. Where's the working papers at?
And the only reason I brought missing a file up because that's what I got. I remember I got fired from a trucking company. Well, I worked in the office because I misplaced the file, and it was some important file. So I stayed there, and for 2 straight days I looked for this file. And they waited for me to find it, and I found it, and I said, I got it. And they're like, good, you're fired. And they fired.
Thank you for clearing up your mess.
Thank you for clearing that up. I remember this little heifer. She gave me a self-help book. She was like, hey, you might want to read this book to get your work work ethic. She gave me a book. She fired me and gave me a book. Fun ass job too. We used to have fun at that job.
Yeah, keeping you in your book. I guess where to put your book.
No, I was a horrible employee. I ain't gonna lie. I paid practical jokes. Like I was
to the head count.
I don't know. You would
They
think
probably did it once they got on the bus. All right, everybody, we're gonna pair all y'all up. They probably did that then, and that's how they didn't know that she was missing.
Yeah, but when you leave the Funplex, you got to do the count again.
So they probably counted on the bus, and then that was their count for the rest of that day. And
yeah, but then when you get back on the bus, every time you transport them, it's got to be another head count. So,
before you leave the daycare, like she said, I think the other girl says attendance. You go by the attendants who all got checked in. So that means she wasn't checked in. And they said the dad came a little after 8, so that means he was late. That was my takeaway. I ain't want to throw no shade on that. I was like, oh, he late. After 8 o'clock. So he was late. And
that's not hilarious, but I mean hilarious in a sarcastic way.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's not their first violence. No, it's not their first.
Oh no, they had several. I just remember the one.
They're like a 1-star daycare. They like 2 minutes from just dropping your kid off at my house. The way they checking on their kids, you might as well just drop your kids in my house and leave them with a sandwich. Whatever medicine, make sure they take it before they get here, because I ain't equipped to be giving people medicine and all that other stuff. Every time the kids move, a cute comment. You're supposed to every time the kids move, but basically, y'all, if y'all go to that daycare, y'all might as well drop your kids off at my mom's house. They'll get better care. My mom loves kids. I ain't gonna watch them. I'm not doing head counts. They not doing head counts, so. You might as well just drop them off here. Work ethic, time management, organizational skills is a must. You would get fired working under me. I don't play that. Won't get me caught up. That's right, Tam. That's why I'm a stand-up comedian. Because you don't want me as when you're look, when I had a regular job, so I would take time out to do prank phone calls from the job and just prank people. Like I would do surveys on the phone, make believe surveys up. This is what I was childish. You want to do something that'll piss somebody off? Put a piece of bread in their coffee, and they don't know it's a piece of bread, and they go to swig that coffee, and that bread hits their mouth, and they don't know what the hell, and they spit it out.
So that was the joke you were doing.
I was reckless, dog. We had the filing department. We used to file everything. And that's back in the day before computers was really like
good point.
Took everything. What you said?
Kathy said she got what she just paid for. I guess if you taking your kid to a 1-star daycare, what that say about you? You get what you pay for. Like
but you get what you can afford.
But maybe you got to figure something else out. You're gonna put your kid in harm's way. It's clearly a 1-star.
Just drop them off here. Don't worry about it.
That's a good angle though, Kathy. You know what you was getting into, and now you saying your daughter's traumatized. Now you trying to set up the lawsuit.
Hey, Shawnee. Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Miss Scott.
Good morning, Miss Caribbean Queen. Yeah, but I mean, if you're a 1-star, first of all, how does a daycare allowed to be open if they're 1-star? Like, how do you allow daycare to be 1-star? Shouldn't it be a requirement that it can't be a 1-star? Like, this is not like a restaurant. This is not like they got bad chicken fingers. Like, these are kids. This means if you take your kid to a 1-star, there's a chance you might not see them later that day. like if you take them to a 1-star, they're literally cooking and cleaning in there. Like they ain't doing no games and no learning exercises. They're just like washing floors and stuff. That's what I said, Kathy. I won't even look at a house in a 3-star school district. I like it.
She got us out here where we at now because of the school district. Yeah.
I like it. So I'm such a bad parent. I never really checked the school district.
It's all about what the house looks like. The house is fire. That's the one we need. Oh no, that's that township. We can't. What? Look at the crib. The one in there, they charge it more because of the school district. But look, we can live right here. You don't know no other address that we can use for school. Like,
and your kids went to school in Willingboro, and they ain't got a good rating.
I thought the cribs was dope in Willingboro, New Jersey. When I say this is it.
Yeah, it's nice.
And who knew that the school district was like a 2 out of 10? Like I had no idea. And that lady got me out of here quick.
They don't even teach the whole alphabet. They don't even go all the way to Z. Them cats stop at H. Your kid learns the alphabet up to H. Yeah, women are good. Like mothers are good for that. Like mothers
I don't
check
check the
school.
school district. I don't check.
You don't?
You don't check what? Shawnee, Miss Scott don't check.
I don't check the school district because usually I would have them in private school anyway. So
Oh,
wherever
yeah,
we
yeah.
live,
Oh, well, that's different.
I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
drive them wherever. So, but
Yeah.
now they go to the school in the district. They go to the school by our house, and it's cool.
Oh,
They
wait,
fine.
so they get paid off the state. Oh, so the daycare getting state money.
Okay. Go ahead, Tan. Let us in on the real scam going on here.
So the
Jay
black man
talking
just
about
trying to scam. Go ahead, what?
Support that black business.
Yeah,
We don't want to take down the black scam. You don't want to take down the scammer?
No, I don't think he's scam. We assuming just because the
What
man had a
happened?
beard.
What happened? What
No,
happened?
it was a daycare that left the
No. Jay gonna try and say it all smooth. They went on a field trip and they left the kid. And it's like where you're at, where you live in Dallas.
Uh-huh.
It's like if they took your kid to Six Flags and just left him.
for 7
left her.
hours.
So they left the kid for 7 hours. They drove all the way back to Philly. They didn't do no head count, no nothing. And now Jay's like surprised that the woman wants the place closed down. They left their kid for 7 hours. Like I'm like, I would be pissed too. Like somebody cut me a check. Yes, they getting.
How did they leave the kid?
Nobody but Jason. They're going like, yo, mistakes happen.
No, I'm saying the kid was okay ultimately.
How old was the kid?
She's 6. She's
She's
6-year-old. This little girl right there. She's 6 years old. My little girl. Yeah.
And
But
they left the place where they're at, the place where they went to, Shawnee.
What up, JP?
The daycare's all the way in Philly, right? The place that they went to is the Funplex. It's where I live. It's like around the corner from where I live right now. So that's like a damn near like an hour bus ride. So that kid was stuck. And if they stayed there, what up, JP? So they went all the way back to Philly, and they still didn't count immediately because they left him there for 7 hours. They left her there for 7 hours. So they didn't even do a count right off the bus.
She couldn't have been bad as hell because they would have realized she was missing real quick.
Yeah, she's probably a good kid.
Oh, because she would have been on their radar as where's such and such at? Yeah, yeah. When you
probably
yeah.
weren't bad.
And they got multiple violations. They got people working there didn't even fill out the entire background check that you got to take to be a daycare worker.
So DHS said inspection records that Creative Kids or whatever, that company had a dozen of violations this year, ranging from incomplete fire and CPR training to employees working without proper FBI clearances. So they have a bunch of violations, and it's a 1-star. So
and they said that it smells like weed in there.
My hand on allegedly, because it's a black man and a black lady that's running.
They ain't got no healthy snacks. Them cats is eating Snickers.
No, they don't get Snickers. They get the off-brand stuff.
They got the all off-brand. Everything's off-brand.
Wow, Snickers! You go to the white neighborhood for Snickers.
No, they just get it just says candy bar on it. That's all it says. It just says candy bar on that joint. And they turn in an event center.
Yeah, it is an event center also, and
it's an event center.
Yeah, it's like when you did your comedy show, Mike, when you got the
daycare. It's a daycare. It's a daycare during the day.
At night is a bachelor party. You got the strippers.
At night is the male exotic dancers on Tuesdays.
You're wrong.
These cats got girls pinned up against the blocks that the kids be playing on.
I mean, well, why do parents take their kids there? I don't know.
Yeah, somebody brought that
That's
up. Somebody
said you get what you pay for. Like you taking them.
Get what you pay for.
Yeah, 1-star cheap. And she said, I ain't taking her back, until she starts school next month. So she gonna have to stay home in home care. All right, so now you're gonna miss out on work. I said, maybe he's gonna get from free daycare. They go, why would I ever take my kid back? I don't want his free nothing. I don't want to ever. Okay, all right.
I mean, they do have exclusive. They got exclusive classes that normal daycares don't have.
Right.
They got gun cleaning. They teach they teach the kids how to clean their guns properly. How to
Oh,
always
God.
make sure there's not one left in the chamber. They got a whole bunch of gun education.
Good morning, Dad.
We gotta talk, JP.
Yeah, I'm over here. I'm gonna pay
Damn.
subscribers on YouTube. I can start, okay, nice. He got his subscriptions up, so now he can start monetizing on YouTube.
Good
stuff,
for
And he's
stuff.
having auditions for his show. If anybody's interested in,
We already talked about Lady J. She's out there now.
you know what? I am so mad at this Lady J situation.
What? Dallas K104? No, we talked about it a little earlier. It was the
I'm
but
so pissed about this because I got a whole bunch of phone calls and text messages yesterday. Shawnee, Lady Jade is no longer at 104. We know you know the scoop. Shawnee, what happened with Lady Jade?
Oh, he's so gossiping, people.
You know what happened over at K104? But this is the thing that got me. I'm sitting there looking at them, and then the phone calls that came through with that. What happened? What happened? Do you think that if more of them were women or men?
wow. Sorry. It's supposed to be more women, but obviously,
It was
Mike,
men?
she's setting it up.
It was all men.
Wow.
Well, I called you.
No, but you didn't call me like that. Like you actually care and have a relationship with this
Right.
person. And you didn't call me on that. But it was just not, hey, Shawnee, how you doing? You been okay? Shawnee, we know you know. How do I know?
They want to gossip.
I don't work.
Girl.
What do they call that, Patty? What is it, Chatty Patty or whatever?
I don't work at K104. I don't have nothing.
We're gonna try and get her on the. I'm gonna try and get her on the show. I know she's not in the mood right now, but I'm gonna try and get her on the show. Yeah.
I don't think I would be in the mood either.
Yeah, I wouldn't be in the mood.
Not right now.
We all been there before. As soon as you abruptly get let go from a station or whatever.
That's how I met Jay Black. If it wasn't him getting fired, we would have never.
We would have never
She did not get let go.
No, she didn't. She went on herself. She went on her own. Yeah. So let's make that clear. That was something. That's why she's fine. If anything, Jay always got a plan. Yeah, it's shocking because
it's like, damn, this what we came to.
It just cracks me up how people, chatty,
Chatty Patty.
I thought it was Chatty Patty.
Chatty Patty.
Okay, I will give my opinion on this portion of it. Being I've experienced this at that radio station. It's the because I like Dee Dee. I do. I really do. But it all could have been prevented. Mm-hmm. So to say goodbye and to do this whole thing of tears, and I think her tears were legit. I really think she's going. I don't think she realizes how much they're gonna miss her on that show. But then I don't think she was faking the tears. But it's your show. You could have prevented the whole thing.
I don't think she was faking the tears, but I think it was more than I'm gonna miss Jay. I think them tears were more than I'm gonna miss Jay.
She didn't cry when Mike left.
Nah.
Not on the air.
Nah, she
didn't even acknowledge it on air, did she?
Nah. Did they say something? I don't think they said anything. And I didn't say something for a while. I didn't post anything for like.
And I saw in the comments like, yeah, they doing Jay how they did Mike. This is some BS. I started seeing it all in the comments. Yeah, the same way. Whatever happened to Mike and Shawn? I was like,
They're mad. And the thing about it, this is what I don't understand with it. It's like on that morning show, I know that Dee Dee is the lead, but Jade has been there. Number one, Jade is from here. She's from here. She graduated from Duncanville High School.
Mm-hmm.
She has some strong ties to the community.
I said,
I've been there longer than 19 years because I thought she was there when I was in 97. When I started in 97, I thought she was there. But she got so much money attached to her. And not only does the community like her, the advertisers feel a certain way about her. So you gonna let this happen? And this is the home girl, and y'all supposed to be the home team, the home morning show, and you got all of Dallas pissed off right now. I'm trying to figure out who got the little things, the little beepers. They must all be up in Plano and Frisco. They can't be in Oak Cliff and Duncan.
So you think the sponsors may say, "Look, if we ain't got it here, we ain't want to spend no money."
I know one sponsor. I know one.
I've experienced that when I was leaving the station. They said if we can't have her, we don't want nobody, and they had to work it out with me.
Because no one person is bigger than the Shield, right? Ain't that what the thought process is?
It depends on how you deliver for them. And Jay just, to me, just on the outside looking in and being in the business, she didn't half-ass deliver. And I'm not saying that she didn't half-ass deliver. She got results. And
yes, she did.
A sponsor is getting results and you getting me paid, and then y'all seeing X, Y, and Z over here, and they sit in the truck all day or in their car, and they don't get out, they don't interact, they don't come in, they don't talk, they not making things happen. Then no, I don't want that. I want this person. So I was just like, from a financial standpoint, somebody else would have had to go. I would have had to say, hold up, Jade. Okay, who you want to go? You coming in here talking about you about to leave. Who is it that you want to see go? Let's have that discussion. What's the problem? So
that means somebody, the competitor station, gonna scoop her right up, give her that large sum of money, bam, she's back.
Are they smart?
Probably. That's usually what happens.
It depends on her non-compete and her contract, though, because it may have to
depends
be a year.
And listen, I'm talking about my experience. I went like 6 months working without a contract at one point. So if I would have left, the non-compete was damn near half over, because of how lax they were about renegotiating, because they knew they didn't want to give you a raise.
And non-compete, for those who don't know, that's you can't work within a certain mile radius of your current station and job. So you can get a job in another market, but just not that close.
And understand, if you get the right lawyer, you can fight any non-compete. It's one of the most illegal things that has ever been allowed for a business to be able to do, to fire you and then tell you that you can't get a job in that area.
The street at the other station.
It's the most illegal thing I've ever heard in my life. It's one thing if you leave. Like I still don't understand why you're not allowed to get a job. But that's something that we got used to as radio personalities. Everybody would run that passes from the minute you got on air. Everybody told you there was a non-compete. But then I started seeing radio personalities not putting that in their contract. Mm-hmm. And being like, I ain't signing no this ain't gonna be no non-compete. If you want me, then treat me right. Or else I'm going next door.
But I've seen people get out of their non-competes.
Yeah.
One station to the station right across the street. They lawyered up the station.
Yep. I made the switch. Come on, switch with me.
Like a week later, now they on the station across the street. It's like, dang, they weren't playing.
And I don't want to speak about the girl's business, but she had a thing called the Local Love Awards, right?
Mm-hmm. Huge.
That turned into this huge, like literally from the minute the Local Love Awards would end, she would take like 3 weeks off and then start planning the next one for the next year. So that was a whole year, right? So we would host it. But y'all, so it turns into this huge gala, right? Huge. Like it would be ridiculous, right? We were on TV one time. Yo, I was so hungover. And Jay was like, yo, can you please come with me to the TV station to promote this? And she didn't know how hurt I was. I was hurt. Like this, and the problem with her is that she didn't give me time to at least sneak one to get regular. Like I was hurt. Like the pain. Hangovers is a cute name for death, yo. The hangover, that sounds funny to people. My hangovers are like painful stuff. So the TV station reached out to her to promote it and do a segment, right? We did the segment. It wound up being funny. But why was she getting a hard time to promote it on the own station that we were on?
Because you can't get bigger than a Shield. They got to keep you in your place.
But it all works. See, people understand, like, iHeart understands that Charlemagne is bigger than the Breakfast Club. They get it. They know it. They can say all they want that he's not. He is. He just is. Right. For whatever reason. And they get it. they embrace it because they know they'll make money off of it. But when you got that old school radio mentality, if Shawnee got something that's popping, why would we not promote it? We want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
The station, we not getting no residuals from the back, from
but
that
the residuals come in the ratings when people are listening to be part of the local love award. So if you own the business, you got an award for this best barbershop, best whatever, best this or that. But why y'all giving her a problem to shout it out? And listen, I would stay out of it. Like, I would stay out of it because I knew I was shouting out my comedy show. which was hard. Like, I was shouting my comedy show out,
but she couldn't shout.
And I wasn't paying. I wasn't paying Neil not one penny in commercial time.
Yeah, but they should have been like they could have got a residual too by becoming a sponsor. Because if they become a sponsor, now they can sell it.
Yeah.
So I mean, in many ways they could have made money off of it.
And I'm not saying that's what is the reason why all this happened. It's just little stuff like that when you're there for 19 years and they still running the same nonsense that they ran.
And you were the station.
And you're in year 2. They're still running the same game 19 years later. And you keep adding people to the show that didn't need anybody added. And then when you add somebody, you got the nerve.
That don't make the show better.
Yeah. And then you got the nerve not to give somebody a raise, but you gave somebody a whole salary.
Gave them an extra 15, 20. They'd have been happy. But you want to go,
no, it was amazing. And the stuff that when I get the okay to say everything, because I want to make sure I get the okay from her to just say whatever I feel like saying. But there's so many shenanigans that go on in that damn place. And the fact that a white man has pimped the black community once again is amazing. And I have no problem with Hyman Childs. Hyman Childs was very nice to me. He was a very generous man, but he pimps the game. He's a white man that owns a hip hop station and an R&B station that had Kwanzaa Fest. They were making money off of Kwanzaa Fest.
Let's make it clear. He's Jewish.
Yes. So what it like the game was being pimped. Like every time I would sit there and we would talk about like some type of situation with racial relations, I'm like, what are we getting pimped? he don't give a damn about hip hop. He told me, and this is what I liked about his honesty. When they sent me to rehab, he said, I'm only sending you there because I can't replace you. And I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna take this little vacation for 3 months, and I'll see.
So he identified your talent. He identified that you were hard to be replaced, and hey, I'm doing this because I need you, and I can't replace you. So let me sit you down for a minute, and then we're gonna try to get you right.
He didn't even.
And they still haven't replaced him.
But they acknowledge your talent. Wow.
No, he didn't even care. The drinking situation is the reason that they'll give, but he didn't care. It was an individual that cared. He cared.
He didn't care. It was if you were too big for the show.
You were a high commodity. You was a money maker.
He doesn't have that because that person wanted to be a comedian too, and it just kind of didn't work out. So.
And I gotta call Rudy Rush back because Rudy called me. I didn't even see he called me. I missed all the phone calls. That's why I'm not sleeping tonight. I think I sleep too much during the afternoon. I'd be knocked.
You don't sleep when Mike called me twice yesterday. Can you believe that, Jay?
No, I did call. I called twice.
Wow, that is shocking.
The girls were like, "That's Uncle Mike." I said, "Yeah."
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's why he didn't get no sleep because he up all day calling people.
Yeah, he thought that we were on our way to the Star. They're like, "That's Uncle Mike." I said, "I know. We ain't heard from him in forever."
He about to be out in Texas. He about to be out in the streets with you.
I know.
Why in the heck did the Lakers trade for Pat Beverly? What's the point of that?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab him up. You still coming Saturday or you coming Friday?
I'm coming Saturday because it's what it looked like. It's too much money to switch it because I'm leaving on a Friday. But I thought it would be cheaper. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Saturday. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Saturday.
I'll get you. Leah is coming too. Me and Leah talk. Leah's mad at you.
What's she mad at me for?
Frazier.
Because she ain't heard from you.
Oh yeah, I gotta say what's up to Leah too.
So she's coming to the show.
Ain't gonna be no cardio for me. Y'all too. Jesus. Florida court rules what?
Perilous. So a 16-year-old must continue the pregnancy to term because she wasn't mature enough to get an abortion.
But she's mature enough to have a baby. Okay.
That is the biggest contradiction. Like who? Like what judge actually had that come out their mouth? Like who says she's too immature to have an abortion, but she's mature enough to have a kid?
I mean, both experiences I would say are traumatic.
Yeah.
When I had a miscarriage and had to have a DNC, and then afterwards, I mean, because it was crazy to me. I was like, y'all gonna do what? They like, we had to go in and get the baby.
DNC.
And I was like, you got to get the baby, you know? And they're like, yeah, because the baby is still in you, but it's dead. The baby, you know, I lost the baby.
Goodness, wow.
After I went through it, I was like, so basically that's an abortion procedure y'all just did on me?
Mm-hmm.
And so either one is traumatic. And I was in my 30s when that happened.
That is rough. Second part, you've been the partner or you've been the sponsor of an abortion.
Not the sponsor.
When I let me tell you something. I wasn't built for the protesting that they do. Like the protesting that they do in front of them places. Like, first of all,
wait, you went with people that you sponsored and went to hold hands? Wow.
My God.
In high school, I was
high school.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
So in high school, forever remain nameless.
Please.
I had a job, so I had to get the money up. She said, you know, I'm pregnant, and I was like, now I regret it, but see, the thing is, you really don't understand what you're really doing when you're 17. You really don't get. You don't get it.
You know, you
think you're just trying to get away with. You're trying not to be everybody back then, and it's kind of like that now, but not for some families. Everybody back then, the worst thing ever was getting somebody pregnant. Mm-hmm. My family, that was the worst thing ever. Don't get somebody pregnant. And I was like, so that was all in my head. Like, don't get nobody pregnant. There's no way. When you see them protesters, when you get there, first of all, the place I went to, I didn't know was like a famous protester spot. So it was me, her, and her girlfriend, and we not girlfriend, but regular girlfriend. And we went to the protest, and there was newscasters out there. Like they were news vans. And I'm like, yo,
we're gonna
be on TV. Like I'm paranoid. I am super paranoid. They closed the place down. The cops come and close it down. Now we got to leave Jersey and go to a place in Pennsylvania. I think I'm 16 or 17 years old. Yeah, I guess because I was driving. So it's not one of them times. Like I wasn't the type of teenager that I could disappear for like 12, 13 hours. Like I had to check in. Like my dad was like, you can go, but you just got to check in. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking for a payphone call from Pennsylvania, lying about where we at. Now we got to sit there and she goes through the process. I remember we went to McDonald's afterwards and she was comatose. There wasn't, and after that, we were never the same after that. She wasn't like, I felt like everything went haywire. But I wasn't, I went up there and got that done. And I was like, man, never again. But little did I know.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing, Stacy. Stacy says she regret getting hers, and she was young, so appreciate you sharing.
This is what get me when I figured out that a DNC, because all that time I never knew that's what that was. It's like, so really you don't even have to have the abortion clinic. You just do it because they did that at the hospital.
Yeah, I don't know how it goes now.
They sent me to no abortion clinic to get that done.
It's
touchy for a lot of people. It's touchy.
My babies in is where they did the DNC. So I'm like, well, why is it if this can happen this way, why are we having to set all this other stuff up? Especially when there's issues sometimes with pregnancy that could lead to death. So I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I get the people that like try to use it as birth control. Okay, that's the problem. But it's like this other stuff. There's real issues here. And then this baby is 16, and you gonna, I don't know.
No, it's a real, like, I regret him. I regret taking part in him. I mean, because in
You
my
regret
case,
all your abortions?
oh yeah.
Wow.
So if you didn't have all of the abortions that you had, how many kids would you have today?
Shit.
3 more.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, I would. It would have 3 more.
No, that's
2, 3. Yeah.
So you'd have had 6 kids.
Yeah, then I would have been the true Puerto Rican. I'd have had 6 kids, and I'd have been like, it would have been 1, 2. Man, that's a lot of baby moms, boy.
So how many baby moms would it have been? 4?
Carry the one. Carry the one.
3. 3. Yeah, it would have been 3. Yeah, it would have been 3. I don't know why I had to count that. Yeah, it would have been 3.
That's not bad. I thought you was gonna say something like, "Oh, I would have had 12 kids," because the way you talk about it is like you just went and every month you was having an abortion.
I just didn't. I don't know what I would do with having 3 baby. I don't know how people do it. Like I see guys just talk about it regular, like they got like 5 baby. I couldn't have that many.
The same way you have 3 girlfriends.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's the way you can do it. That's the way you can say it. But I don't know. Like that's so permanent. You know what I'm saying? Like you the mother of my child forever. Like that's forever. She said, "I regret all mine." Yeah, I don't know too many. Like
females have them regrets. It's their bodies, though. Their body, their choice. Good morning, Queen Born.
Then there's one chick that lied. I know she got me for the money. She just wanted the money.
Oh, you didn't go with her?
No, I didn't go with her. Then
she kept it, right? That happened one. Yeah.
So what do you say to a guy to tell? Okay, so if I'm trying to get the guy for the money and that's all I want, how much is an abortion? I just tell him, hey.
Back in the day, I think it was 300.
I just say, hey, I gotta get this abortion, and they just give you the money. They don't.
You're supposed to give up half. You're supposed to be half. You're not supposed to give the whole thing. You're supposed to be half. Because it's both of us. I get 150. You get 150.
Let me tell you something. It depends on what situation you in. If you in a relationship and that ain't the girl that you with, you paying the whole thing.
Okay.
I need this to go away.
And I'm driving you there. But this one wasn't we never
But
I
that's
never saw her get after
when you roll it. When you roll the dice and have unprotected sex, you have to know that's one of the potential consequences. If we're being really honest.
I got a friend that's a pharmacist, and he told me that he was like, well, I'm about to get busy because school is starting, and I'm like, well, what does that have to do with anything? I think there's 3 colleges around him. He's like, I sell almost 20 Plan Bs a day.
Yeah, we ain't had no Plan B back then.
The girls bring the guys in there, and the guys pay the $20 for the Plan B, and I'm like, Plan B is $20.
So now it's between 400 to 600 for an abortion.
But now with Plan B.
I guess it depends on how many weeks you are. Oh, it's different ranges.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, it can go all the way up.
I missed one. It was 4. It would have been 4. It would have been 4.
Yes.
Oh, you forgot one.
I told you. I wasn't gonna say nothing.
It would have been 4.
Mike might have.
Yeah. No, if somebody popped up right now and said, "You're my dad," I would just take the test and be like, "Yeah, there's a chance." Like
20. You can have an abortion up to 21 weeks. Now that's a person. Yeah, that's a person.
That's
21 weeks. How many months is that? 4, 8, 12?
The notorious place that did that was the people in the spots in North Jersey.
5 months, you can still have an abortion.
Yeah.
Well, if there's. I don't
even want to talk about that no more. Now that's different.
If you have some kind of complication, but I thought they did that early on in the prayer. I can't remember because it's been 13 years since I've been pregnant.
Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Yeah. Plus
$600 for an abortion. Wow.
That's what. That's what it says. 400 to 600 within 10 weeks. 400 to 600.
10 weeks. Okay, so 2.5 months.
But according to that, it can go all the way up to 17 to 21 weeks. It's about over $2,000 or $2,000.
So that's 5 months.
But that's a person. 5 months. That's a premium. You could survive. You legit. That's a lot. I'm good.
Well, it depends on how much it's swaying, but I don't know. I mean,
yeah, medical and like that's the only thing. If it's medical and they're brain dead or not going to have quality of life, then that's when those decisions have to be made. But that's but they said the 16-year-old girl, she wasn't mature enough, so she's going to have to carry the term. She probably was white because they want to make sure that the population is grown. That was the alleged goal. They try to increase the white population by forcing pregnancies, but who knows if that's true or not.
Yeah, I'm good, man.
There can be more.
You don't want no more kids, Mike?
I don't know. I gotta think about it. Depends how the relationship with these three comes around. I may have to start a new family.
You know, I saw Gary Owen last night when they interviewed. It was a rerun when they interviewed him on the Breakfast Club, and he was talking about how his daughter stopped talking to him. Really seemed so hurt behind the she stopped talking to him because, you know, of course, him and the mom breaking up. But he really seemed so hurt behind it.
Yeah, we can play that. Matter of fact, I saw that.
He got to the point to where his daughter, because they asked him, they said, well, you have to still pay for things for her. And he said she was just like, don't pay for nothing for me. I got it.
Yeah, it's a hurtful thing, man.
Let's see if you want it.
Yeah, play it. Let's hear it.
Ask you about your kids though, to not have spoken to them for a year and a half.
Yeah, that sucks. That ain't gonna lie.
Did you try? Did you try to call them?
Oh, I've done everything. I've done everything. I've gone to Greensboro because my daughter's at A&T. Knocked on her door, she wouldn't answer.
Man.
I tried to see her at the airport one time. Tried to catch her.
Yikes.
And then it's just it is what I don't know what to do at this point because I'm like blocked on social media. I've gone to every outlet to try to get a hold of my daughter. I went to Venmo, I went to WhatsApp, and every time I reach out, it's like then I'm blocked. Dang. So it's like, dang.
Even when you send money?
No. On Venmo, just say hi.
Oh, got you. Yeah, don't say hi without no money attached to it, Dad.
Okay.
But when did that go back? Because y'all were doing this together, like y'all were getting a divorce together. You said you had a 5-hour conversation. You told the kids, and then when did it go left with the kids? Because
no, we didn't tell the kids. We were gonna like wait and like do it together.
So they had to hear on the line.
TMZ. That's how they found out.
Man.
And then I had to lie to my daughter one time because the processor was coming and I didn't know. And she was supposed to come to Baltimore after it hit the fan. And I was like, come to Baltimore and we could sit down and we just have a weekend together and we could talk. And then I couldn't because she wasn't served yet and I wasn't served. So I had to tell my daughter, I said, you can't come because if she's with me and she gets served, I'm served. So it got like a love and war type deal, and it sucked because I had to lie to her and be like, I came up with some reason like I don't know if I'm going to do the show in Baltimore, but I flew her to Arizona to hang out with her cousin because it's important to be with somebody this weekend. So I said, go hang out with your cousin in Arizona. I got it, but that was one thing I lied about.
But why now though? Like why talk about it now? Because it went quiet.
It was quiet. I don't know. Everybody kept telling me like you should tell your side. And honestly, it's probably also this is another effort for my kids to hear it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hear it.
True.
What's the road to you?
So I guess he's trying to
I feel him. I'm telling you, Chris Rock says something, and it sounds super dramatic, but he says this one. It's not really a joke. He says this commentary on a stand-up where he goes, "Women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally."
Yeah.
women,
Not men.
children, and dogs.
Men are loved with stipulations. Like they're like I feel them. Like my daughters block me on social media and all the stuff. And I get it. I understand,
They blocked you though?
Oh yeah. Like the first time I heard my kid's voice was at Caroline's because I called Stacy from Caroline's just to let her know that the show went well. And she was like, that's great. I said, where the kids? Then they were like, oh, they're right here. I'm on speakerphone. I say, hey, say hey. And that was it. That was all. That's the first time I heard their voices. I haven't seen mine.
It's a step.
So I know that, but when I'm it's different when you got girls.
Is it really? Let's unpack this a little because I'm gonna be transparent. I haven't talked to my dad since it's been months. I really don't want to talk to him. If he calls me, I answer the phone. But it's like I'm at a point where I'm not. I ain't trying this no more because the whole relationship has been it's always been shaky. It's always been shaky. You know, it's never been
right.
I think we've had a couple months that were good, but I feel like to me, I feel like he just don't care. And I know there was a time that he told me, well, no, you're the most important thing to me. And it's like, I don't see that. If I'm the most important thing, then where the hell you at and where you been?
And those are all valid points.
So
why don't you call him more? Why don't you call him more?
Well, I did. There was a time I was calling.
Was he answering? He
might answer, he might not. He don't call. Matter of fact, in the hospital, I don't know how you found out I was in the hospital because there's a lot of people I ain't, well, some people reached out, my kids know who to reach out to if something's going on with me. And then it's people that they're not going to reach out to because they feel a certain way about people too, because they got their own relationships with people. And so he called me. I noticed on, my phone that he had called. So I called back. It, didn't matter that there was, it's been this beef there. We ain't really talked to each other. And he says, and this is what put the nail in the coffin for me. He said, okay, I heard you in the hospital. Where you at? What room are you in? I'm gonna come see you tomorrow because it was kind of late when I called. I said, okay. So tomorrow came. He called me. I noticed that he had called. I called him back. He said, oh, well, I went out of town. When I get back, I'll come see you. I said, okay. And I'm like, to me, we had nothing else to talk about because going out of town was more important than you checking on me.
Could it have been work though? That's not fair sometimes.
My daddy don't work. My daddy is not working. Okay. He's not working. He lived with his mom. Okay. He's not doing that. Okay. He's not.
Yeah, because even when
so as a daughter, it's just like what is that? And then the other part of it is I have a little brother. He has a son that has his name. And I'm just telling my part. Well, Trey ain't got a third of what I got. So it's 10 times worse with my little brother.
See, with me and my daughters, the problem with there's a lot of problems. There's a whole bunch of issues that have gone on. But the main issue that I've always had with Stacy is Stacy included them in stuff that they shouldn't have been included in. Yeah. She had conversations with them that she should have never had with them.
Maybe in front of them.
Or in front of them. And they should have never been exposed to be asked an opinion on certain things.
Right.
So when I mistreated Stacy, all three of them would take it as a personal attack on everybody. But it was really, she was just on my, I mean, to be blunt, she just got on my fucking nerves. Like, I didn't agree. There's nothing we agreed upon. There was nothing that we see. If we look at the same thing, the same exact thing, we're going to see two different things. On
so
every
should
subject.
You shield that from your kids or should you include them? Is that bad parenting? When
it's immature. It's
immature in front of your kids.
You don't put your kids.
Or you on the phone live with your girlfriend or your parents talking. Yeah, I can't believe that. And now they're picking a side. They're hearing
exactly.
And then now it's animosity.
And they don't get the intricate part of this relationship. The relationship had a bunch of flaws in it, but they don't get the part that, see, when somebody's loud like me and loud and aggressive in an argument, you're always going to be looked at the bad guy. Like Jay always says, just because you're louder doesn't mean you're going to be right. So you get looked upon a certain way, but they don't understand her stubbornness was so ignorant, but you'll never get that. You'll never understand how her stubbornness was so disrespectful on how but they didn't see that part because
they don't see it now, but they'll see it.
Oh, they'll see it. And my thing was, but I never went to them about it. I never went to them. I was never, so it was like they all wanted to be a little girls club, and then I was the one on the outside. Now, I was super wrong and disrespectful on how I handle stuff. Like, super disrespectful. Literally, that's why I was in court with my daughter and all types of judgments and stuff, because I'm a disrespectful arguer. I really am. I can't even.
You're an habitual line crosser type thing, huh?
No, that's why. This is why I don't get into verbal arguments. I try my best not to get in verbal arguments with my friends, because I've never been taught how to express myself without trying to hurt your feelings.
But we know you crazy, so
yeah. So
if you say something, I just be like, whatever.
So so that's why you just
want to go get something to eat, Mike. Come on, let's go. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll be all that. Okay, come on.
Wow, son.
But then when you hurt, like I said, they become a team. Like the girls feel like I hurt all of them by disrespecting her. So everybody's feelings are hurt. So everybody gets to shut down.
Is couples counseling an option? Had that ever been explored, Jacqueline and asked?
That was what we were going to do. And we had some good moments. Like when we were, getting back together and we were hanging out, stuff like that. We had some good moments, but you're not going to keep telling somebody they can't stay in their own house.
Yeah, Tashambi.
Like at a certain point, you're not going to keep telling somebody that they can't stay in their own house. This ain't nobody else's house but mine. Like I knew the explosion was coming. That's why I ignored. And I'm staying at my mom's house around the corner. So I'm still, to this day, dog, this woman has never opened the mail. That's how sweet things are. Yeah. You don't even worry about the mail.
Because I ain't got to worry about that bill. That bill gonna get paid.
The bill gonna get paid. And it's not all about finances. It's about the respect of you don't get the stress that you have been able to avoid by just chilling and doing exactly what you want to do. And then I'm supposed to sit here and I'm staying up at night trying to figure out how the hell am I gonna pull this off? How's this gonna work? How's this gonna happen? Am I gonna refinance this? I'm gonna sell the house. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. You at the mall. Like you straight. We still paying. I'm still paying the car notes. Like they thought I was gonna turn stuff off and turn phones off and all that other stuff.
That's just me and my petty behind. That's me.
Yeah, no, Mike not gonna do that. Yeah, if you with Jay, you gonna be out there like I said it. How you freezing and stuff because Jay ain't gonna do it. But no,
I can't do that because I know what the alternative will be, and it's not a safe alternative. So I'd rather them be in the car and they're good and the car is doing fine and everything's good. At this point, ain't nobody trying to dig this hole any deeper.
Yeah, but they'll figure that out because they still young. So when they start getting in relationships, then it'll make sense. I know I went through that with my dad. Like we about 22, 20, 21 or somewhere around there. He sat me down and talked to me and I actually got to hear his side of the story. Right. Well, I don't necessarily agree with everything that he told me, but I understood. I was like, okay, I could see how you probably felt that way because of X, Y, and Z. But at the same time, you still had this. Now, y'all situation is completely different from what went on between me and my dad. But I think with your girls, I think you definitely still have a chance because they're young and they haven't experienced relation, and they gonna go through that moment where they like. They say I love you, and I don't mean no disrespect when I say this, but you better tread lightly because they're gonna turn on you too, and it's gonna be all about that. It happens.
Don't be the grandpop that don't know the girls. But wait, what Tashambi said about the mothers. The mothers be the reason.
Okay. Like we said okay, Jay. We said okay.
So you're a girl. I like to highlight that. Okay. I felt like that was a good point for a lot of people because some people will say no. You're supposed to do what you. Some people believe you're supposed to do what you got to do to be that parent that they feel you should be. So there's nothing that baby mom or anyone can do to stop. You're supposed to keep trying every day, every week. Like that. That's what they say.
You are like Gary Owen is doing.
Yeah, I mean, all you can do
everything he could possibly do.
all you can do is call. Like, you know, I already know September 1st is the twins' birthday. It's gonna be a hard day.
Well, if you block, you can't even post. I guess you can post, but if you block me, if you don't want me to be around you, why am I gonna keep trying?
They blocked. Well, they unfollowed me.
You ain't gonna keep hurting my feelings.
Instagram.
You ain't gonna keep
September 1st, I'm gonna send the happy birthday, and either they gonna respond, thank you,
just in general,
or not. And that's just something that you got to get set for.
Or you can send something to the house for them.
Why? You don't want me to be, you don't want to acknowledge my presence.
Hey,
I'm supposed to keep kissing you behind. No, not in Mike's situation. I'm just saying me in my mindset with certain aspects. You don't want me around?
I'm talking to Mike. We talking to Mike. We're not talking about.
You said, Michael, what you're going through is happening for you. Okay, well, that's a good way to look at it. Well, it's time to stop going. It can stop happening now.
All right. I'm coming around, Mike.
I tapped out.
Well, he got a hey. You got a hey. So that was dope. You got a hey.
Yeah, you got a hey.
Yeah. Like that was hey. Like that was way more than what you got for the prior. So
I don't care what happens. Girls always feel long for their father. It doesn't matter if they upset with you or not. Girls always are, and it's. I don't live in a house with y'all, but you haven't been a bad dad. We all ain't no parent.
Gonna give he don't even know what they want. They're not talking. How you know what?
Hush, Jay.
I'm sorry, but Jay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so all right. I'm going.
We're a unit. We're a team. We're not supposed to turn our back on each other. We gotta figure it out.
That's what some people believe, but there's sometimes things get so toxic. That I get it.
So you never had that experience, Jay? Your daughter has never gotten upset.
They'll be all right. I lay low.
Jay,
I'm good.
I even ask him this.
They'll call me again. They'll need me. I used to say they'll need me before I need them right now. No, they'll be all right.
Oh man! All right. Well, this has been fun.
That's how some people.
I mean, that's how I am. So, like with the situation with my dad, because my mom was like, "Well, you should call your dad," and that I said, "Listen, I tell my girls this: you don't beg no man for attention. You don't try to prove to no man that you're important to them. And for me, that go for any man, including my daddy. We not at this point. I've done everything I could do. So you chose your side.
Oh, we had a good show at Caroline's. Actually, the show was really good.
Amazing.
So, but if he calls me and say, "Hey, I need you," yeah, I'm gonna answer the phone and I'm gonna be there. But as far as me doing that at this point,
Well, thank you, Dave. All right. Well, this has been a good conversation, y'all.
Yep.
Rodney Perry live is up next. I think Sexy Mo will be back tomorrow.
If her Wi-Fi works.
If her Wi-Fi works.
I saw that text message. I was like, what? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Wi-Fi in a hotel, Wi-Fi down. all Hiltons, they all experience outages at all Hiltons. Something crazy happens.
All right, y'all. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be. Because I can never be that. Understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. Mo will find a hotel that with the Wi-Fi don't work at. You fight for everything in your life. Fight for your happiness. Never let anybody take it away from you. Hopefully, we'll have Mo back on the show tomorrow. Hey, Ash. As a child, you always the child, and it's not your responsibility to change your relationship with your parent. Get it?
Yep.
I understand that.
Oh, yeah, right. Cowboy Nation. All right.
Cowboy Nation. That's hilarious.
She saw my Eagle Nation. Now she Cowboy Nation.
I can't even talk trash about football no more. Until the Giants win more than 7 games, I ain't got no damn season. Jesus. All right. We're gone. We'll talk to y'all. Rodney Perry up next. Shawnee said, I got to stay here too. I can't just leave.
She said,
Michael, Shawn, and the
Oh, what?
You want me to end the show, or you gonna get it?
I got it.
Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Legend, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in.